Hi there, it's Jonathan, your gardener down at Latham Lodge. Another update. It's nothing much really changed. We're now into the real sort of autumn come winter season, so it's a lot of tidying and prepping stuff, but I'll run through what we've been up to. So flip the camera around for you. Surprisingly, this conifer tree seems to be sort of surviving, even though I kind of pulled it out bodily from the border that it was in. I've got one of these hydrangeas doing very well. The other ones look very dry, but it might just be that we've reached that dormant stage with them, so I'm going to leave them in there for now. Still going to fix the bench, that's not fixed down yet, and the yew tree seems to be doing all right, a little few brown bits, but I think it quite likes that position there. I've got to water along here before I go. All my plants, as you know, some peppers. We've got some peppers on here, but I don't think they're ever going to develop into anything much. One of them has sort of dried out already, so we'll see. I've vacuumed all the way up and down here. I'll be waiting now for my strawberries to sort of die back, and then I'll put them all in a group somewhere undercover here still, I think, just for the sake of it. I've got a lot of wind-blown leaves to clear up at the moment, so I've got a few bits and pieces. I'm going to take some of these plants and put them in the ground, I think, probably. I keep thinking about dividing the ferns up, but I haven't tackled that yet. But I've been picking out as many of the cobwebs as I can along here as well. I know it's Halloween coming up, but I don't think we need all the cobwebs that we've got going on here. Sorry, spiders, ruining their house. Right, so next thing's next. So I've been taking some of the plants that were in the middle of this area, and I've been planting them out in the garden, which I'll show you in a minute. Some of them I put in pots just on the top here. Just thought to give them a bit of daylight away from under the trees. These are all the potatoes. There's 3 different varieties of potatoes. I've labelled them all up, and once this beetroot, which I'm not sure whether the beetroot's going to do very much, but I'm going to clear all this area and I'm going to put the potatoes in once they start coming up. I'm now allowing the runner beans to dry off on the vine, as it were. When they go brown and I get a dry day, I'll collect them and then put them aside to dry out a little bit more. I found these little metal supports to stop the sweet corn from falling over. Now I think we're getting quite close with some of the corn. This one here is beginning, the tassels are beginning to brown and fall over, and you can see it's quite developing there, so that's good. Onions along here, and I've got some parsley and some mint there. The other thing I've been doing is separating out the nigella that I've got here, because I grew them from seed, and I've got some wild bee flower that's there, and we've got some other wild flowers along this edge here. So there's a few bits and pieces going on here. Gathered as many of the leaves from around here as I can. I fitted up a wire, which I don't know whether you guys can make it out here. Let's have a look and see what I can show you. It's like a permanent wire for displaying bunting and that sort of thing, but I've made 2 like Christmas tree things that will hang from the top that are going to be out here, and I've been working this morning on all my Christmas tree and Christmas decorations, because I'll go away on holiday, and when I come back it'll be end of November, and I will start to put some of the decorations out, especially up on this top area here, because that's the residence land, so they'll be able to look out onto it. I'm putting a lot more of the plants into the ground. I think it helps them to be secure and, weather things when I'm away. I've got to put this one in the ground. Geraniums are fine. They can probably be split up again at some point. I think I was looking on Gardeners World, and that seems to be something. I've moved this plant over here. It'll probably die back, but hopefully it will come back in the spring, and I'm going to plant along here a little bit. I've got a load of bags full of leaves which I've dampened down, so I'm going to get some leaf mould there, which will be great for the composting. I've started to gather leaves and apples and bits and pieces here, so that'll be my new composting area. I'm hoping to get a couple more compost bins. Let's have a look and see how it's doing. Yeah, it's beginning to rot down. I'm quite happy with that. There's a lot of insects and bits and pieces, and this one again, yeah, they're beginning to rot down and compost down, so that's good. I'm not going to show you the decorations until we get to that point. We'll keep them as a nice surprise for everybody. And I put a couple of pansies in pots over there, and I'm going to tidy up this area at some point if I get a chance tomorrow. Which I'm not showing you that. There we go. This is just to stop residents falling off the edge here if they come down and enter the garden. These geraniums I'm going to have to think about splitting up and dividing, hopefully. And I'm going to take this rose bush out from underneath here because it's right under the shade. I think I'll probably stick it right over the back here somewhere. We've taken out a lot of the dahlias, which are going over now, but their tubers are still in the ground there, so hopefully they'll come back. I'll just weed that rather carefully when I get a chance. What else we've got going on? I'm probably going to take this rubber support thing off of the tree, because if it is surviving all right, it could do with being able to sway backwards and forwards, because it's going to increase its strength. Got various plants in here, so I have to keep using the blower to gather the leaves, because I don't want them to sort of settle on it. And I really want to tackle this area, but we'll see. It's not very organised, but I found this and I've put like a light inside of it. So I'm going to think again with that, but it matches with the wind chime that's up here. So I'm trying to make sure that all goes together. Probably give the bench a little bit more paint, grey paint, when I get a chance. Now in here, I'm going to have a sort out once I'm really organised with it, but you know, it's not too bad. I've got the gate. Now that gate's going to go on the right hand side of the garden by the compost heap. It needs to be made a little bit bigger, so at some point I'll tackle that. And I think that I don't want to go on too long with it for you. I think I've done about most of my hours for this week, but I'm probably going to do a few extra hours towards the end of the week, just to give me a bit of a free weekend, so that my wife and I can organise our packing for America. Unfortunately, my little brother's not been too well, so he's in Florida, so we're going to go and see him. Hopefully he's feeling better by the time we get there, and you know, we'll be able to do a few things with him and just have a nice family get together. Right, okay, well look, I'll catch up with you all again. Perhaps I'll do one more before I go away on holiday, but I'm going to try to do a little bit of a video of the trip as well, so that you get an idea of where I am and what I'm up to. So I'll catch you all later. Have a nice day. Bye.